What's up everyone? Today I am going to talk about 5 of my favorite plants that we sell here at H2O. So if you guys want to hear about my favorite plants here, keep on watching. Alright, so let's just get right into my 5 favorite plants that we have here at H2O. I'm going to go in alphabetical order, and the first one I have is Anubia sparteri. This is probably one of my favorite plants, maybe even top 3. I love the big leaves on it. They almost look tropical-esque, which is really cool. I love the color of the leaves too, just like this dark green. They're so pretty. So Anubia sparteri is actually a really great beginner plant. It's super hardy, super hard to kill, and it is very similar to Anubias nana. It just grows bigger leaves. When you're planting Anubia sparteri, you actually don't want to plant or bury the rhizome at the bottom. Just plant the roots, or you can attach the roots to a rock or wood, but you want to make sure you don't bury that rhizome. That's the important part. Like I said, this plant is super easy to care for. It doesn't require a lot of extra attention. Anubia sparteri requires low light, and CO2 is not necessary. And of course, you can use a fertilizer to help promote growth. So this is Anubia sparteri. And I will link all of these plants down below in the description. So if any of these pique your interest, you can just click the link down below. So let's see what the next plant is. Da, 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 da. Baby tears. Baby tears is a carpeting plant. It can be used as like just a regular plant in the middle ground, but a lot of people use baby tears as a carpeting plant. And if you are using it as a carpeting plant, you want to make sure you're using CO2 and making sure you trim it regularly and replanting, just to kind of promote the growth and let it spread out more. So baby tears is actually very similar to pearlweed, which is another carpeting plant. Its leaves are different from pearlweed's though, and it has a different structure to it, and it doesn't require as high of light as pearlweed does. So the lighting requirement for this plant is medium. Again, CO2 isn't needed if you're using it in the middle ground, but if you're using it as a carpeting plant, it is recommended just to promote growth. The next one is a fan favorite here, and that is the beloved cardinal plant. As you can see, the cardinal plant is the most stunning purpley red color with the green. Any red plants here at H2O do really well. A lot of people love adding extra color with their plants, and I'm right there with them. The cardinal plant is probably my favorite plant here. It grows super fast. I just propagated all of these cardinal plants not too long ago, and they're already growing back so fast. Cardinal plants are a stem plant. All you have to do is just trim the stem and replant, and you have a new plant, and you just propagated your old plant. Leather actually propagated her cardinal plant in her tank upstairs in her office, and she replanted it, and it ended up coming out of the substrate and floating, and it looks super cool as like a floating plant. So yeah, that's a little fun fact about cardinal plant. I mean, it's not necessarily a floating plant, but it does kind of look cool as a floating plant, and it's doing great. It's still growing. So because cardinal plants are so easy to propagate, it's perfect for a small, medium, or a large tank. They do grow really fast, but if you have a smaller tank and you don't want it to overtake your tank, it's very easy to propagate. And either put it in another tank, replant it, or you can just toss it or give it to a friend that has a tank. Cardinal plants are fairly easy to take care of. They require moderate to high light, mainly just keeping that color. And CO2 is not necessary, but again, if you want to keep that color, it wouldn't hurt. This is our cardinal plant we love. All right, next we have the red ocelot sword. This sword is so cool. It's very unique. I love the long stems and the skinny long leaves on it. And then when they're in water, I'll show you guys all of these in water. We have a like photo tank over there, so I'll put all of these and show you guys what they look like in the tank after I'm done, going through all of them. But this is the red ocelot sword. The red ocelot sword grows at a decent pace, and it doesn't necessarily have any special lighting requirement. Low lighting, medium lighting, it'll still grow. But in highlight, the colors will really come out. So it is called the red ocelot sword. In higher light, you'll get more of that like reddish color, as you can see in here a little bit. But even under low light, the color will still come out, just not as much as it would under highlight. Again, I'll show you guys what it looks like in a tank, but all of these leaves come up and it just looks so good. And then it wouldn't be a video talking about my favorite plants here if I didn't talk about a lily. So this is the red tiger lotus. Our lotuses look so stunning in water. They are so cool. So a couple cool things about this plant is it actually can grow flowers when the leaves reach the top of the water. So, and they're actually fragranted flowers. So that's really cool. If you're into that, could add a cool aesthetic to your tank. The one thing that I will say about this plant is if you are adding fertilizer and it grows to the leaves grow to the top, the leaves can get big enough that if you have other plants in your tank, it can block them from getting light. So that's just one thing to be careful about, so you don't want your other plants to die in your tank. They do thrive in well-lit places, so medium light would be ideal for this plant, and CO2 is not necessary for this plant. I love this plant. So those are my 5 favorite plants. Let's go see what they look like in some water. All right, first up is our Nubius barteri. Look at how stunning it looks in this tank. The green on this is so vibrant, and the leaves look so stunning in this tank. Get a little close up for you guys. All right, here's the baby tears. So you can see it has some beautiful slow movement to it. Again, another stunning, very green, vibrant plant. And now you would just plant this in the substrate and then trim it shorter to make it, give it that carpeting plant effect. Also, don't mind the snail in the back. All right, here's our beloved cardinal plant. Look how pretty those purple leaves look with the black background. Looks so pretty. All right, now we have the red ocelot sword. I love how this plant just spreads out and takes up a good amount of space, but doesn't look too full or crowded. And I love the look of these leaves. They have like this netting look on the back. Looks so pretty. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have our red tiger lotus. How pretty. You can see the leaves already going up to the surface. All right guys, so those are my 5 favorite plants here at H2O. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what your guys' favorite aquatic plants are. I would love to hear about them. Make sure you guys follow us on our social media and you guys are signed up for our emails because we have lots of good information in there, lots of sales, new arrival, plant spotlights, fun facts, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you sign up for our email so you don't miss out on a thing. And I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.